What is up, everyone? What is going on here? As we got some figure stuff going on. First of all, Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope this year is either great for you all or even better. Um, I got a lot of stuff coming in the future. I'm very excited for what is to come. Comment down below what your New Year's resolution is, because I'm definitely very much interested. But yeah, today we are going to be doing a little tutorial on how to customize your action figure heads. I'm obviously not the greatest at this. That's not what I'm saying at all. So please don't take it that way. But I've definitely improved within these past couple of days that I've been trying to work on some of this stuff. Um, so again, just very excited to be able to uh, teach you all how to do it as well. So today, what we are customizing is this Seth Rollins action figure head, and I know what you guys are saying. A lot of people talk about this, but a lot of people talk about it because it is literally the best paint when it comes to action figures, I'd say. So I have this one right here. Hold on. It just doesn't want to focus today. So it's like this brownish color. We also have this red here. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't want to focus, but... And if you see black on my hand, it's from paint earlier. And then again, we got this flesh tone as well. Again, these are like my favorite paints now that I have them. I got mine for about $5. You can find them at like little hobby shops. And then what else I have here is these little tiny brushes. They almost look like Q-tips, but they're really useful and stuff like that for doing eyes or lips, stuff like that, eyebrows. I also have here, I'm going to give you two little options that you can do. We got this as well. This is what I use for some decals, and then I also have this paint. It's like a whitish gray. It does work for what I will be teaching you all. So yeah, let's just get into it. Obviously, you're gonna need your brushes and stuff like that as well. Um, if you're wondering what brushes I use, these are what mine look like. Oh, these are what mine look like. They're like these little black brushes. I have these. I have a whole bunch of different shapes. It doesn't really matter as long as they're not like the weird where the tips almost feel like a Barbie hair. Like you don't want it being like really weird. I don't know. These are like a soft little brushes, really useful. Um, I also got these at Hobby Lobby. Again, really useful. You are going to need some bigger brushes as well. So that is what I got here on the side. I got this one. You're gonna pretty much use the bigger brushes to get down on the main stuff, like the whole face, to cover it up quicker and easier. So yeah, let's get right on into it. When it comes to the Citadel, you are definitely going to want to shake it, pause, before you fully use it. If you don't, it will look really weird. Uh, so again, this is what it will look like, and you'll have a little scoop of it right there on the little side. So I just give it a little tap on it. Um, so I'm going to cover the entire face. So again, we're just gonna, I normally start on the eyes. A little tip that I'm gonna give you all is make sure you're kind of brushing along in the same direction. Like start from I'll do the eyes and then I'll just slowly start going down. Because if you're just like circling, it's gonna make it look really bad later on. And also you do have to be not too quick, but a little bit quicker, because if you have like a whole bunch of clumps, it will dry up really quickly and it will just have like bubbles on the face and it just won't look really good. Um, and this is also another thing. As you can see, it's already like pretty much covered the whole face. But you will have to do like a couple coats, not too many, but again, it dries really quickly. So it's really good having this paint. Um, just because of how quickly you can just put the coats on and just be done with it. I like to play around with a lot of different tones and stuff like that when it comes to like the hair colors. Um, so yeah, again, I think we got the face pretty much done already. A thing that you do not want to forget is to get the ears as well. Focusing, there we go. We kind of got it. Anyways, you kind of get that that bit there that you understand. Once you do that, once you get the face down, I should say, what I like to move on to is doing the lips or the eyes or the eyebrows, something like that first. Uh, so we will do, or even the hair. You can. It depends on how you're feeling with it. If you feel more safe doing the hair first, go for that, or whatever. So I did forget to Dremel it down first, but it's okay because it actually doesn't look too bad. Um, uh, yeah, I'll go with the hair. Let's do the hair first. Um, and again, another thing is how I mentioned is it will depend on how you're feeling about uh, which one you want to do first, the hair, the eyebrows, the eyes, whatever. Um, Another thing is it will depend on who you're doing. Um, is another thing. And then again, we got this brown. And again, it's just the same kind of thing. You got like that little dip there. Um, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same brush that I had that skin tone on. Um, we're going to grab just a little bit. I'm going to leave this open actually. Um, I am going to start with the outline of it. Like not the hairline, but well, yeah, kind of pretty much just all around, and then kind of just leave like that bottom part right there that we just did with the skin tone. Now I know what you're saying, it's going to be too brown, but we are going to be getting into that later. We will be fixing that. It won't be like this for good. Okay, so I have it painted now. It is a light brown, but again, I told you we are going to be adjusting that. You just want to get that first coat on. Now, again, I mentioned this earlier, the apple barrel one. I got this black paint. So I'm going to take the Citadel and do a little bit on my brush. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of the black as well. And then I have this where I just put all my paint on it. So I'm just going to mix that in. You can see the difference there, kind of. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this here. I'm not gonna fully cover it in that, but I'm just gonna go around a little bit with it. And then I'm gonna take the black, and then with just the black, I'm gonna start painting with that. And you will see it become a kind of like a gray, but again, that's okay. Another thing is they with Citadel, it does dry differently, like a different color. Not a different color, but you know what I mean. Like the same tone. Another thing for like the ends of the hair, like the hairline, is you can use those little brushes. I'm gonna just use this one, and again, just grab the plain black. I'm gonna go around the edges. Now, again, a lot of people are really impatient, so I'm sure Some people that are watching this video even skipped halfway through. But when it comes to this, you're gonna really need it. You're gonna need the patience, because you don't want it to look bad. You want it to look professionally done. And even if it's not professionally done, or if it looks professionally done, you just still want it to look really good. And you're gonna need patience to do that. So one thing I do recommend is when you get like right here on the top piece, I kind of like to brush like this way on the top, just so you can get like the little like pieces of hair for the hairline. That really does help. Let's see if I can get it here. I don't know why it's not focusing so great. But anyhow, so once you get that down, I'm gonna now work on the faded hair. So with this, there's going to be a lot of mixtures. I'm going to take the Citadel brown one and the skin tone, because for this you're gonna want it to not be a full-on skin tone, obviously, but you are gonna want it to be a little bit lighter than the other color that you were just using. So kind of like just like a darker version of the skin tone. And if you can't do it, then you can always just do the black. It's whatever. Again, it never has to be perfect. Just remember that. You can see like that lighter brown. The side one comes off a little bit more longer than the other side. So I'm just gonna clean it up with, again, just the normal skin tone that we just used to cover the face. So now I'm going to do the beard. The beard is normally really easy. Again, I don't use the exact same method for the main hair, but I will go with the normal skin tone. And another thing is, don't ever fully cover with the beard until like the last color normally. So I'm just gonna take this skin tone paint and kind of just go a little bit around. Cover most of it, but not all of it. You can always leave some gaps, as you can see here. You do not want this color to be perfect because you're not fully covering with just this color. And then I'm gonna take that brown paint and don't wipe off your brush, preferably. So now whenever I'm going over with this brown, it's gonna come off very light, like a light brown. It's kind of gonna look like the faded color that we used. And then we're gonna grab the black. And then this one you're gonna use to kind of cover like all of it pretty much. Now if you see it start to become a gray, either use another brush, wipe your brush off, or just grab some more black and just go over it again. So again, as I was talking about earlier with the eyes, a lot of people struggle with painting eyes, and I do too. So you could either get decals from Curb Stomp, like I mentioned earlier. You could also just paint the eyes. There's much tutorials online that you can find all over. Another thing is take these, and once you're fully done, dip it in some acetone and then just kind of circle to clear up, because the eyes are very difficult to take off with the acetone. So it should just take off that first coat or whatever of the skin tone, and it should just reveal the eyes. So you can also just do that. I've only done the decals though. But we're doing this here. Trying to finish doing up this beard. But again, as I mentioned, you don't want it to look too good. The beard, you do want a little bit of that little bush on the side. Same with like the hairline type technique. I'm gonna bring the hairline, or the sideburns I should say. Once you got the bottom of the beard done, then what I do is I grab these, dip it in the black paint, and then on something kind of just roll it and then do a little dap on the top. So then it's not really excessive with the black paint. And then we're just going to kind of just dab across. Or dab across, not dab, can't even speak. And again, if you mess up, you can just do that layer of the skin tone over it. I would always try and get like a reference photo if you aren't 100% sure. Some people leave like little gaps right in here, or they go fully across. It's honestly up to you whether you want to go with the full realism or just keep the gap or don't. So again, as you can see here, he's starting to come to life. So now what we are going to do is with these same kind of brushes, I don't do the exact same one. Definitely wash your brush or whatever, or grab another. I will take another one and I will kind of just roll it on the top. And then once you're done with doing that, let me set this in the base really quick. Once you're doing that, done doing that, I take the brush and I grab this red. And once you grab this red, again, you're just gonna grab a little bit of it and do that same technique that I did with the black that I just showed you. Roll it. This time, make sure there's like barely any on there that's coming off, to where it's like barely coming off. And then you're gonna do that, and then once you're done with that, go on to do the lips. Then I take that other brush that you just had for the mustache. Which I might have just lost. Oh no, I found it. So again, we're just gonna take that brush and go into the black again. You can either do just black, or you could take a little bit of that brown and black and mix it. But again, do that same technique. You roll it, you dip it, and then just slightly go across the eye lining of the eyebrows, or even do your own to make your own facial expression, because the eyebrows definitely rely on an expression of the face. So as you can see right there. And then I have one where the foam came off, and I'm sure that will happen for you all a lot. So as you can see here, there's no foam on the end of this. So what I do with this is I'm now going to we're gonna move into another set of a color here. I'm gonna close up these paints here. So I'm gonna take this white. Make sure you mix it again. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit. It's going to be enough just to where I like barely touched it. And then you got to be very careful with this, is just tap in where you see, so this will be all like the skin tone. You can see the outlining obviously of the dip into the actual eye, and then from the actual skin. So just go in exactly over the eye and just cover the whole entire eye. If you want, you can definitely just use the foam. They do work way better, I will be honest. I might actually do that. Then just gonna grab some, roll it, tap in it. And this is for the curb stomp method that I was talking about. Again, if you're good with eyes, you can do it your own way. I'm not, so I just get the decals. So now that I got that covered with the white, I grab a set of eyes. And then cut out the pair that you want to do, obviously. I want to go with some more wider eyes, just so again he doesn't look so dead like he did in the first place. So I cut out the set of eyes, and then I cut in the middle. I gotta get this little edge off first. Okay, so be very careful when you cut this. Be very slow, because if you don't, they will go flying. And you just need to make sure that you know where they went. So for the decals, put them in some warm water and then just slide them off the white paper. And then you'll have just the decal. Now, what you're gonna do here is make sure you have your microsole open already, and grab grab one of those little tiny brushes, whether it's the green ones that I showed or the little black one. I'm gonna use one of the black brushes. Just grab a little bit. Do not grab a lot, because you do not need a lot at all. And then just do a little dot on the white of the eye. And then what I do is I make sure I get as much of it as I can over the white. But just be very careful with applying them. Make sure they're in the right spot, because once they're there and they're dried up, they will not be moving and stuff like that as well. and then you should be done. Now, when you're fully done painting up the head and everything else like that, what you can use is a paintbrush and Mod Podge. You could do either matte or gloss. It depends, honestly, what kind of you're doing. You could do like the little bottles, or you could do the spray. If you do the spray, I recommend this brand right here. It is the best one that you can do. Keep it at a distance and just do little couple sprays at it, and it should be perfectly good to go. I'm going to do that, and then I will give you guys the full reveal of the Seth Rollins. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you all in the next video. But let's show the results.